Imagine a person who is 55 years old. He wakes up in the morning, opens his eyes, takes his phone to check the time, and suddenly notices that the text looks a little blurry. He moves the phone farther away, it becomes clearer. He brings it closer again, blurry again. He sighs and says, "Well, it's just age." And from that moment, millions of people around the world start living with the idea that worsening vision is normal, that after 50, eyesight must decline, that cataracts, glaucoma, and dry eyes are simply inevitable. But in reality, this is not entirely true. Over the past decades, ophthalmologists and scientists have come to a very interesting conclusion. Vision most often worsens not because of age, but because of lifestyle, nutrition, and blood circulation. Age is only a risk factor, not the cause. And today we will talk in detail about why vision begins to decline after 50, what happens inside the eye, which foods actually protect the eyes, which habits damage vision, and why one small seed is now actively being studied by ophthalmologists and nutrition scientists. What happens to the eyes after 50? To understand how to preserve vision, we must first understand how the eye ages. The eye is a very complex organ. It contains the lens, the retina, the optic nerve, blood vessels, tear glands, the macula, which is the center of vision, and the vitreous body. And almost all vision problems after 50 are associated with three things: poor blood circulation, oxidative stress, and lack of nutrients. After 50, blood vessels become narrower, blood circulates worse, cells receive less oxygen, the retina slowly begins to thin, the lens becomes cloudy, tear production decreases, the eyes become dry, eye fatigue appears, and visual sharpness decreases. There are even statistics showing that after 50, the eyes can lose up to 1 or 2% of protective retinal cells every year. This is a slow process and people hardly notice it. At first, it becomes harder to see in the evening. It becomes more difficult to read small text. The eyes get tired faster, dryness appears, floaters appear, and contrast vision decreases. Later, cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, and diabetic retinopathy may develop. But the most important thing is that these processes can be significantly slowed down. The main enemy of the eyes is not age. Many people think vision worsens because of age, but ophthalmologists say the main enemy of the eyes is blood vessels. The eye is supplied by very small blood vessels. If the vessels do not work well, the retina suffers. What damages blood vessels? Sugar, high blood pressure, smoking, lack of water, a sedentary lifestyle, unhealthy fats, stress, and lack of sleep. That is why ophthalmologists often say that the condition of the eyes reflects the condition of the blood vessels. If blood vessels are healthy, vision can remain good even into old age. Oxidative stress in aging of the eyes. There is another important factor called oxidative stress. Every day our eyes are exposed to sunlight, phone screens, televisions, computers, polluted air, and poor nutrition. Free radicals are formed in the body and they damage cells. The retina is especially vulnerable because it constantly works and consumes a lot of oxygen. To protect the eyes, antioxidants are needed, such as vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, lutein, zeaxanthin, omega-3, zinc, and selenium. And this is where nutrition becomes very important. There are foods that ophthalmologists call eye-supporting foods. These include eggs, fatty fish, leafy greens, carrots, pumpkin, nuts, berries, olive oil, avocado, and seeds. Seeds are especially interesting because they are concentrated sources of nutrients. They contain fatty acids, vitamin E, antioxidants, minerals, and plant compounds that protect blood vessels. One of the most studied seeds today is flaxseed. Why flaxseed is beneficial for the eyes? Flaxseed contains omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, lignans, magnesium, zinc, and antioxidants. Omega-3 fatty acids improve blood circulation, reduce inflammation, protect the retina, reduce dry eyes, and lower the risk of macular degeneration. Vitamin E protects eye cells, slows the aging of the lens, and reduces the risk of cataracts. Zinc is necessary for the retina and helps transmit signals from the eye to the brain. Antioxidants protect cells from damage. That is why many studies show that a diet rich in omega-3 and antioxidants may slow down vision deterioration. But there is an important point. It is important not only to eat seeds, but to use them correctly. If seeds are eaten whole, they are poorly digested. It is better to grind them and add them to kefir, yogurt, oatmeal, salads, or mix them in water. Usually 1 tablespoon per day is enough, but nutrition is only part of the solution. Habits that damage vision. Here are habits that accelerate vision deterioration. Constantly looking at the phone, reading in poor lighting, not drinking enough water, consuming too much sugar, high blood pressure, smoking, lack of sleep, sedentary lifestyle, constant stress, and not allowing the eyes to rest. There is an important rule recommended by ophthalmologists called the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, you should look into the distance about 20 meters away for 20 seconds. This significantly reduces eye strain. Dry eyes after 50. Dry eyes are a very common problem. Causes may include reduced tear production, computer work, air conditioning, heating, lack of water, and lack of omega-3. That is why dry eyes can sometimes be improved not only with eye drops, but also with proper nutrition and hydration. Blood circulation in the neck. Very few people know that vision strongly depends on the neck. Blood vessels that supply the brain and eyes pass through the neck. If the neck is tight, blood circulation worsens, ringing in the ears appears, dizziness appears, and vision may worsen. That is why slow head turns, tilting the head, neck stretching, walking, and movement are helpful. The most important foods for the eyes. Ophthalmologists often mention foods that support eye health, such as eggs, salmon, sardines, spinach, broccoli, carrots, blueberries, nuts, olive oil, flaxseed, pumpkin, avocado, green vegetables, garlic, and onions. Vision does not worsen in one day, and it does not improve in one day. It is a slow process, and vision deterioration is usually the result of many years of lifestyle habits. But the good news is that even after 50 or 60, vision deterioration can be significantly slowed. If you eat properly, drink enough water, stay active, control blood pressure, control blood sugar, give your eyes rest, consume healthy fats, protect your eyes from the sun, sleep enough, and do neck exercises, you can preserve your vision for a very long time. The most important thing to understand is that the eyes are not a separate organ. They are part of the whole body, and eye health depends on blood vessels, nutrition, water, sleep, movement, the nervous system, blood pressure, blood sugar, fats, and vitamins. To preserve vision, you need to take care not only of your eyes, but of your entire body. Take care of your eyes, because vision is quality of life. It is independence. It is the ability to read, to see the faces of loved ones, and to see the world. And the earlier a person starts taking care of their vision, the longer they will see well. Take care of your health, and remember that vision is most often lost not because of age, but because of lifestyle. And good habits can protect your eyes for many years.